brought a lot of...
Are you Richie? I'm sorry. If that's the case, yes. Let me give you a bit of background on our orchard. The seeds you thanks to... we also... what do you...
Goodbye, still cat. You need to bring something if you want to stop here. I brought a lot something now.
Oh, it's the... Come, where did you get your outfit from?
Thanks.
This den of incessant harpies.
Oh, I didn't know we had guests.
Old man Charbonneau asked me to deliver this to you. It's about Prince Barhan.
Well then.
I'll save my eardrums the screeching and wait out.
Oh, it's the first time I've ever seen a fox like...
It may seem like I was Maruman's my closest friend, Baram. However, she was once the Shen. One day...
Huh? But doesn't being heir to the...
She said it was an agreement between nations, but she said little else on the topic. King Torme falling in love with her. Though she did promise to return to the mountain of...
Look, I don't know too much about the...
Who knows? And before the Highlands embraced her, the single child that she bore with... If Barhan ever comes looking for my memento...
This?
Yes, it is.
Look at these...
Prince Barhan, this is a huge weight off my chest.
figured you...
Mosley.
Hey!
What a party! It's filled with the vitality of the mountain of eternal winter, so it's sure to grow well anywhere. If you enjoy it, the orchard could always use more.
Barhan, stop digging any further. Baram had no choice. Please, understand.
So guys, how about we mosey on over to Ailton?
No. We need to go complete the third trial.
Lord Jordine.
Hmm?
Thank you for helping me. Thank you so very much again.
Long ago, you were dragged off to Calpheon and made to be a fool. Think of this as recompense for not being able to protect you back then. But from this day forward, speak not my name, or the events of today will continue to haunt you. Banish all thoughts of me. It's plenty enough if only I remember.
Wow, our dark dandelion sure knows a lot of...
I need none of your concern.
Over there, trust me.
That's just the road to town.
Yes, of course we're going to town. Oh, lovely Ailton.
I have no interest in sightseeing. There's no town better than Hydael anyway. Now that I think of it, I've seen our bets across the continent.
Only those who walk the path of prophecy can leave the Highlands.
The path of prophecy. Is it some ascetic practice? That aside, aren't you the heir of the... No wiser citizen would heed your word.
Yeah, considering you just got done saying...
Read the clue about the third trial.
The third... The molar that stewed in the...
Let us return to that farm.
Hey! Have a little more... Remember Professor Talbot? She holds a seat on the Ailton Grant...
A snowstorm guard post it is then.
Strawberries? Pa, you need to bring something if you want strawberries, Pa. Go get something now.
Like 3 mercenaries from your lot?
The Manul mercenaries keep... I already knew, no matter how high the pay. We can't continue to work in a place like this. We quit! But if you want to talk with us, bring me your captain. They didn't just abandon you here while they ran off like chickens, did they?
This here's the Snowstorm Guard Post. Hired through Adelphin's mercenaries office, were ya? I'm only gonna explain the situation once, so listen up. Ailton is to our backs. We're the town's last line of defense.
Is such incompetence catching?
What did you say?
If you heard not, I must have spoken not. We came here looking for the winter...
You scoundrel! If I wasn't on duty right now, I would have...
Are you looking to test your skills?
Rather,
Good. We were in search of that tree.
who gave the order to abandon your post? Are you a mule? Which mercenary guild are you from? Do you know who I am? I'm Aijin!
What's with all the ruckus? Why is Aijin blowing his top?
Oh, Gunbold! Look at these big, strong mercenaries I have brought you.
Ah, it's been a while. Still the jokester, it seems. But I did warn you, this place is dangerous. Though, while you're here, pay a visit to Temujin at the training ground. We finally got a hold of some injured winter tree spirits. But Temujin is terrified of them.
Oh, so you wrangled some up?
You scoundrel! If I...
Lando, still a young and foolish especially if you intend to bring along Lando, the heir of our Khan. But I am...
As someone that bore the fangs of... You recruit far too many mercenaries. You say they merely need to stand guard. You're so filled with fear of your enemies. How do you plan to win a war like this? Is Ailton sit hiring all these third-rate mercenaries that enlisted? You've not struck gold here. Then these people are being bled dry for...
You are 100% correct. I guess I needn't worry about leaving Lando's life in such capable... You look fairly young. Sure you're...
Seen war. I'm constant...
Oh, spoken like a commander. Leadership experience is pretty impressive for one of your age.
I apologize if I am unmoved by the praise of a third-rate commander that can't even keep a mercenary army of this size in order.
This guy's got fire in him. Once you get older, you'll learn. The world has no outcome brought about.
We will be heading beyond it to the Mountain of Eternal Winter. We are currently undergoing the trials of the 6 witches.
Looking for the Yenics, I see. We have...
And you're telling me this because...
Right now, out of the 4 winters, this is the winter that courts death. Best to stay out of winters like this. I shall allow you passage to Bronte's Bolt. But there's a catch.
We are not taking Lando.
This guy, sharp as talk with them. And they... a winter tree. Actually. Talk with them, and they will help you with your...
From Commander Gunbold, the soldier in charge of rationing just picked up...
You can do the cooking. I will wrap...
Everyone is starving. Empty bellies make for empty talk, is it? Everyone is starving. Empty bellies make for empty... Everyone is starving.
You can do the cooking. I will ration it. You can do the cooking. I will ration it.
Now I've...
Ganbold told us to ask you about, however...
It's such an old tale. The maternal chief records off. A few days after the humans had... A new group of humans arrived. Why are you uprooting this tree? This lightning-struck tree was once Bronte's. We were grateful for her wisdom, but when storms came, now the witch is gone, as will we. Until all that existed here exists there's no need to uproot the tree. Only we can rule over the dragons. But Ale couldn't stand it. Much like the his tears began to flow. After the witch's death, an eternal winter.
Then, ultimately, as soon as it rains, lightning will strike the Brontes.
It is nearly impossible, but for Invish, the sage of the...
Everyone, get up and head to cover!
Professor.
Poison?
Gonvold, no. It's not the oak, it's you. Molina's tail.
It's a winter spirit! What did you say? Professor? Professor Toppin?
It's poison. Tell your quick-footed friends and your fleeing fits of little matter now. Much like dandelion seeds. Second, planting them. That's why I believe... Professor! You a monster that I've done as soon as the seed thing. So we need to tell everyone. Also, get...
What about the monster?
Probably...
A new enemy. A new threat. Commander Gonbold, I have a proposition. First, I need you to evacuate everyone at the refugee camp to Ailton. Send your fastest men to the southern and eastern watchtowers. As for the rest of your soldiers, have them assist the villager evacuation. Then, have them all gather here and stand in formation. Unfortunately, we have zero knowledge about this new threat. But, if you focus on mustering the best defense you can here, that will allow us to go out in search of the monster. However, if we are successful in vanquishing it, then you must help us make a lightning bolt strike the Bronte's boat tree. This blood likely came from the Professor. We'll follow the trail to the monster. So this is Bronte's boat tree. Huh. The monster is definitely still close by.
Narusha.
Whoa. Seeing your skills up close, I was right on the mark about you.
I'm taking its poisonous fang.
Hey! What are you standing around slack-jawed for? Follow his lead! You intend to stay weak and defenseless?
I've never once seen...
Commander Gunbold made us a... Is it you?
That's correct. Pardon.
They've all been planted.
I think I would use the last gift the witch...
I have no idea what that is, but if I were a betting man, and I am, I'd say it's something amazing.
Though we dared to forget the wisdom of lightning. Please, just this once, forgive us of this sin. And bestow, once more, the wisdom that tore the wings of dragons.
This is... It's like a miracle.
Someday, far in the future, I'm sure it will be told as a tale of mere fiction. To think I would use the last gift the witch bestowed upon the humans that settled this site. On the path of prophecy, there, all worldly boundaries are a majestic castle that pierces the heavens, the radiant beauty, the festering wound. This is why we love the mountain of eternal winter. After the mysterious explosion at the Sherakan iron mine from the silent haven of slumbering origin, obviously, the Yenix was lost. Long, if it is a life birthed by the mountain, we can please take on this burden that we cannot.
The fourth witch is the star of the wind. For the first time since we started this journey, I can confidently say I have no...
Where life and death cycles in the heavens.
The Ochinchini's Jade Starlight... No, it's too dangerous!
As if that's of any concern. I never expected you to be useful.
Please, tread carefully. Our Khan, the leader...
When did the Okjinshini destroy this place?
After he entered the Jade Starlight Forest.
Then he is most likely dead.
No! How can you say such a thing?
If you are the heir of the Khan, you must... I'll ask again. Why?
Then allow me to make this one request. There are those that have observed the Okjinshini for much longer than we.
Let's move quickly.
Be thankful about the fact that I'm...
It's a price I pay for using this borrowed power. Damn it. I should have reacted too emotionally earlier.
In order to disguise my intent, we Bahitram stand guard over Bronte's vault.
It's difficult to express the deep bond they form with their riders. It's difficult to
You were sent by the... There is no path. I completely understand where Sham... Until that chick... We're extremely close. Both are at the mountain of eternal wind, but soon after the events beyond our understanding, when a totem in the Zavir Highlands... Ultimately, the Khan came to the forest in search of the truth. However, that evening...
Was the Khan tortured?
No. It was the screams of the Oak Jinshini. However, we are certain the
So, someone slaughtered the Oak...
When the Oak Jinshini lose all physical... Therefore, as long...
Would one such as a Khan...
As I said, his trust...
However, there was one thing that was strange. The leader, so the Oak Jinshini chief...
But, why do you...
Where life and death cycles...
Ah, yes. It is also referred to as such. I was informed by Lychee at Mount where the Flame of Origin reside.
Did you not just say going into...
Well, Pippet said that the wall that blocks the path of...
It's time for you to pull your weight. I need to rest and reserve my...
Uh-oh. Oh!
You're late.
Huh? You know...
Do we strike you at...
Huh. What a...
The star of the Winterland Sea. I've come here on account of the air. If there is even the slightest, then us charging in recklessly.
Then, Lychee, how much did the wall block?
Quite a bit. However, it's...
Then, Pippet, we need your assistance. Sure, they're stinky, but I honestly... This mysterious wall blocking the... We've searched the whole forest, and I can't put my finger on why, but...
There is logic behind this.
Now, why don't we get some tea while... What's that pattern on those clothes?
That staff.
It belonged to Bahit Lalakal. It was the first thing given.
It is shining, but...
None of us have actually seen the fire for ourselves. Only he had.
My goodness!
As brilliant cities and temples, a leader among them left Belmorn. Descendant.
The very same words that constantly go through my mind. I want to know more about the...
If you want to know, see for yourself. All the record...
Those clothes. You've worn them ragged. Ever thought about a new look? Cloak.
Excerpt from the 10,119th Wish. O great Lord Kazarka, his name is Silverfrond. Will you honor him Speak your wish, Silverfrond. So he did. I know my beloved cannot be brought back to life, so I ask only that...
I will grant you your wish,
Kazarka replied.
but you must bring me the Yenix, the holy flame nestled in the heart of the dragon that dwells in the mountain of eternal winter.
Excerpt from the 13th. Oh, great Lord Kazaka, when he heard the chief priest say this,
Silver Frond, show me the eunuchs.
But Silver Frond was not alone when he came bare. Orzeka fell soon after, and with its fall, from that day forth, he and his people turned their worship.
Once the turmoil that arose I made for the mountain of it, but the flame was not there. Neither had returned. The golden dragon that once embraced the eunuchs was, but when her tears fell and met the snow, I named them the Oak Jinshi, and from her wounded flesh, finally, from her well-guarded embrace, they would come to be known. The 6 witches had passed. In their wake emerged mutants. Thus was the second death of the Golden Dragon Lab.
Super fascinating stuff.
When will Pippet return?
We can always make room for more assistance. Oh my! This was a gift from my hunch was right.
The path ahead of us won't be easy. If we intend to weaken the wall enough to break through, then we will need to take down many more Oak Jinshini.
No, I need you to stay.
Does your tongue speak the truth? If this is some manner of...
Only one way to know for certain.
orders lived Ochinchini.
Listen carefully. Beyond lovely evenings, our Sadotska,
Heard you, we have.
our sincere duty is to protect the winter.
Surround you, the swine pansies do.
Oh, who are you?
After escaping from that woman's clutches, we had no trouble.
Aha! And who are you?
Chief, we sent them the request for aid. Through Pit-Pit, remember?
And yet, what is this sound? To once again...
This is your chief?
Embarrassed I am. But yes, listen.
Let's get right to the point. We are here for two. First, to solve the fourth trial of the witches.
What about us? You're not here to rescue us?
Your kind never dies, or so I hear. You only need to be
No, you're wrong. We can't die.
Chief, stop screaming, you must.
Ooh, I mean porn. Have you?
Always full of ideas, I am. Only by us who handle the flame of origin.
No need to tread the speak. Tell us how we can be of aid. What?
Finally, the time has come. I've been dying to tell you.
Chief, if I may, time is of the essence. Let us...
But you wouldn't happen to have brought any, This is the cave gifted during the shot. And so I asked,
Your scorching heat was what drove off the winter's cold.
I thought he was going to speak of himself.
Not once died, our chief has. Not once. Remembers all he does.
The flame of origin is maintained by the ebb and flow of death and life itself.
We did yet abstain from the sacrifice our chief has.
What? You ungrateful mongrels! Selfish? Me? I have stayed alive to preserve our memories for times that...
Chief, too loud you are.
I'm listening.
Anywho, they spoke these words. All the tribes are gathering at the Forbidden Black Mountain to answer the call of the great...
And the witch's trial?
Chief, germane to the topic, melted her own face right in this place. The eyes, nose, and lips to Lesha's face. Once Lesha's face is restored, so too...
I shall now open the heavens, where life and death ebb and flow. I shall now open the heavens, where life and death ebb and flow. I shall now...
The reason we bet...
The star of the Winterland seeks the fate. The star of the Winterland. Without that bumbling fox, we completed our task.
Thank you.
No need for depth.
Well, now... The reason we barricaded ourselves here is solely due to the crazy...
You do know what the Zavir Highlands mean.
It wasn't us!
Then who are those, oh Ginger? Right. Today was the day the seal... However, we must first settle this matter before we... So I've come in their place.
Are you... actually okay?
These. Aren't these the oak pills we used to enjoy together?
Members of my tribe who ate these passed away. They were poisoned from eating these very oak pills.
I can't believe my ears. Poison? We, for one, do not have the skills to craft a potent enough poison.
It appears that the fox rule wanes, and the deer rule is nigh. Maybe the antlered ones had some...
No, that cannot be. No, whoever inherits the seat of the Khan would never...
But you do know that if any of us loses our life, our souls ride the origin flame as our flesh is born anew. And yet those of us who ate this very oak pill and were rekindled came back changed, attacking fellow members of our tribe. No longer would they sing with us, "Oh, Labreska, return, return!" That was where I tasted true despair. One became 10, which quickly became 100. They are the ones who toppled your totems in the highlands.
No, that cannot be. Not us Abets.
What are you doing?
I shall prove it to you myself. For the sake of all of the Abets who have been framed, we do not betray our friends. That is the way of the Highlands. Look, of one thing I'm certain. This oak pill is not poisoned.
No. The Khan was returned to the Highlands while attempting to prove the Abet's innocence. While we wish to part the heavens to find our friend chose to cut his own breath. We have no such
The village ruins. That too.
Do the Abets believe we were the ones?
They believe that you were the ones.
Are you serious? They're not of their own mind.
Chief, isn't it obvious? Anyone else would know the facts we do.
After the Khan, in the end, it's still the mountain of eternal winter. The oak pill is
Enveloped in the chill of tearing apart the soul, tossed to those depths.
I do not understand.
Stop! What? Extinguish the... Stop! Extinguish... Do the same, for they are the main... If you don't, then it pains me to suspect a threat. Now, we've no time to the path to proving that the Abets and oak...
Hey there. Yoo-hoo! Oh, you're awake, warrior of winter in training. You were snoring. Sleeping like a baby. Oh, I'm so jealous. Bet you can fall asleep anywhere, can't you?
This stone. What is it?
This is what we Abets in the Oginshini have long sought to fulfill, a long-cherished wish of our peoples.
What kind of trial?
From the moment these words were engraved, reaching its end shall gather the prophecies of...
The proof that our bets and oak...
Yeah, that's just how they...
That was quite a mouthful you managed just...
What? A sprout? Come on! Don't forget, I am still the Khan's successor. Anyway, at first I was so shocked I had a little panic attack. To think they would send 2 people through the Jade Starlight Forest path of prophecy. Does that mean that those Oak Jinshini wish to speak with us?
They were kind of preoccupied with their...
We can talk more about that later in the Grand Conference Hall, right?
Welcome to... Yes. Are you the chief of... It can't be. No. You treated him like a child.
Aren't those the oak pills we once shared with the Oak Jinshini? Please, explain to us why you have brought these before us. Wait a minute. They can't be seeking a truce. Not after all the trouble they've caused.
These oak pills have been poisoned.
Are they accusing us of poisoning them? We would never engage in such barbarism.
As it would happen, your Khan spoke much the same. And so, to prove the innocence of the Arbets, he voluntarily chose to take this oak pill himself.
What? Always so trusting, honest to a fault. Why? Why would he commit such a foolish act? It simply doesn't make sense.
The first dear Mara uttered these words: "Acknowledge when you are not adept in combat, but seek out friends to fight in your stead."
Of course, that's very wise. We should hire some mercenaries to protect us. Quickly now, let's put out the word to all corners of the continent.
The snowstorm guard post was in such disarray. This explains everything.
Be quiet, all of you! If my father were here, you think he would just hire more mercenaries? What we need to do is get to the root of all this chaos and confusion. Only then can we restore the Mountain of Eternal Winter. Not through mercs, with their lackluster money-grubbing ways, but with our own hands. The Fox Rule has not yet come to a close. That, my friends, is the way of the Khan whose seat still bears his warmth. That, my friends, is the way of life in the Highlands, and every single one of you needs to respect it.
Your father had no choice but to consume that would have laid waste to the village with hate-filled...
Puto has taken the poisoned oak pill to the research lab.
No. Is there a place that, even in a place like this, the enemy...
In that case, you can find the city. That is a place that oversees...
Then I shall head there first.
The path that I must take is...
horses are better suited. This building was originally used as a cattle barn.
Outsiders call here. You can learn the tales of the for my veins carry as a descendant of Silverfrond. Even when the other descendants of Silverfrond responded, we chose to remain here. Oh, all of these there's countless dragons. If you found yourself here, the dragon Labreska, long into her rule, and so it was that Labreska came to but she underestimated them. It was in this pitiful state, but from Labreska's first death, 7 beings, Bronte, Witch of Thunder, Sethra, Witch of Marsh, Witch, and last but not Labreska, for from her death did many moons passed, while its golden hue is now sadly, that Erethia, the Witch of Erasia, fell in love with the human Silver. The 6 witches recanted the wisdom and blessings they had. Silverfrond made his way to Orzeka, seeking the god that grants. The god told Silverfrond that he must retrieve the Yinix. So Silverfrond ascended the mountain. There, he learned of the Yinix's true might, that it has the power. Can fate ever be denied? And Labreska, who clung to life just barely thanks to the Yinix. But then, the Knights of Dawn arrive. I vow to return, for I know this flame is your— The 6 witches had no choice but to allow Silverfrond to— But no sooner had he left, a deathly winter descended upon— Not to mention, there's someone waiting for—
There you are! Our Dark Knight is being questioned. Who would have thought they'd be such a— Always acting all dark and dashing.
Who aren't a bet, all those wishing that these are the talents. Well, the day and time. Here. These are master. Any experience? Good. Here in this place. Shush. You're right. Next.
While grateful for your previous off.
Nice. Ooh.
So many meaningless steps to confirm the coming.
Silent. Don't you dare try to pull a fast one, especially with how I thought the stories of— Are we getting fired? Before I have to take response. Now, a test. First question. Patrigio's leopard's name is Naru.
That's not even a question.
Second question.
True, though it's certainly a wee...
Third. Serendia's Princess Jure—
If you're rumor-mongering...
It appears you do speak the truth.
Nothing seems out of place.
Let me see. Ah, that one. Perfect being, That's why the captain took them to the—
Perfect being, eh?
So you're not an adventurer, but a detective.
Their handwriting.
Oh! Did you say— I know this is all—
Humans came to despise. This is the place where to make use of her wisdom. The poison drawn from the fang of that monster at Snowstorm Guard Post. And the poison in the oak pill.
Our shaman Invish.
Blind faith in prophetic.
Please report these findings to the shaman Invish. This is a new...
The witches. Why? What was a
On the day the car for that day.
But the reason why the... No, it's more...
But don't the stone...
That was probably so we would not forget...
On that day, which was supposed to be a... Maybe that explosion...
Do you suppose it had anything to do with that strange...
During...
I believe they'll be able to enlighten...
Oh, aren't you? The marking on your skin? The shackles are bound. The marking on your skin?
I'm taking care of you, well, because I have nothing else to do.
Outskirts of the mountain, these poor souls barely made it out of a...
Wasn't even looking for a good place. That inhumane...
I don't remember this place. It's just like with that goblin.
In Calpheon, there's a set...
Anyway, I've got...
These poor souls barely...
There's a priest. The set... It was swarming with those Sezek barbarians.
Care to share exactly what happened?
They made us pile something, but that's what exploded.
What did you say just now?
There's a priest. A few of the Sezeks tried to challenge. They said stuff like...
Dayan. I remember a human winning the favor of all...
Just as they mentioned in the oak pill recently.
That's enough. He may... Moreover, if we are...
I suggest they be moved as far away as...
Please. You have to protect us.
Hell is found all over. I shall help you find a place to settle.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Get a fresh pint of Ailton Ale with a splash of sweet goat's milk.
Once I came to, I realized I was not in Nachman, but in History of Ruins.
I told you to seek out the alchemist Karashu at the Sandgrain Bazaar.
I have a more interesting tale to share with you. Say, don't suppose you know the true identity of Deboreka?
Somewhere people the world over can gather.
Greetings. If you've come to eat, I need to see your meal ticket.
Meal ticket?
Huh? What? The meal ticket? My meal ticket! My meal ticket! Sir?
Such a strong voice from such a... No meal ticket, huh? I guess recently some adventurer... Just one match. Secret of my cooking? Well, I never bother weighing ingredients. It's almost done, so why not take the folk here may all look and that one.
I can smell the ego. It appears our journey to get. I thought it'd be a quiet. The conflict between the Oakjin we've suspected day in. The sooner the Enix resting in the haven of slumbering origin is extinguished, the quicker all this strange phenomena. If we succeed, I suppose you'll be hailed as a hero in these parts as well. Look at that fox, living only for today. I hope we can find his brother. It's been some time since I've seen a place so filled with human aroma. What will I do once I've erased the burden of this mark? Once this journey ends, I shall disappear to a corner of Balanos unbeknownst to all. Together with Jarette, I wish to work the lands there. Some children, perhaps. 3 is a good number. 2 sons and a daughter. If the children take after their mother, it would be quite the lively household.
The 5th witch is the eye that climbed out of...
Seek out Gonzari.
You aided us at...
No. Even though one of the
Dreadwinter trees...
Ah! I'll go...
The severe highlands were abandoned by humans early on, so gaining the wisdom of Sethra, let my veins. Those humans offered as living we made their former first settled. We did so for the sake of the hawk but this too was their home. Though they would never again return, wild animals would freak. Seeing this gave us some small, at least, before it absorbed the life energy. However, when the totem was
The eye that climbed only by returning the creatures to the highlands.
When I was young, back then,
But the highlands are a danger. You and Lando should work on restoring the settlement.
I'll go check on the other settlements.
although not always claimed.
Better condition than I thought. Now you've got to hunt Snowfield Illy Pikasaurs. Where did I get the match? Get moving! Snowfield Illy Pika... Fox will fly in soon enough. And I had no idea that my father... Just because... my little brother's dream was to become like... He said that with his white fur. He only chuckled when I asked him. That's why I made him these mountaineer clothes. Oh, look over there. They're final. Next up is the home of the deer abettes. All we need to do is attract... There's a tip that Father taught the winter flowers on their backs. They used to only inhabit the mountain. You know, these things are worth asking while hunting. They say a blade dulls with you. Next up is the home of the...
How's my graceful move? We're here from Mock. I'm so very excited.
I could kind of start. The wise Invish told us. I realize now that the path my little brother took was since we cannot climb the...
Oh, they're gathering. We're leaving now. Lando.
So maybe I said... By the way, I'll go find him and... yeah. know. I think they're already here. This feels good, doesn't it? If they're brave enough to... I lied to my little brother. I couldn't bear to tell him. No. I thought that he'd give. He left only a letter stamped with...
You are still very chatty. You can Your fear comes from the source of your fear. Have you seen any that prove that if you've resolved to climb them? I saw the incense rising. Something in ruin cannot be restored.
Then... we're just borrowing. Has the world gone mad? Will the sun...
Well done. There's that same foul...
Could it be that there's a...
Let's go meet Ganzorig and send word by Hawk. Trying to fix a problem You must seek out the root...
All right. Let
us also see to Sethra's vase of...
There, good bird. By Windknow's grace, please spread word. There is grave danger in the Highlands. Thank you. We welcome you as one of our own.
If I find kinship among the Highland people, will I find salvation from the mess that I'm in?
Look, all of the vases of living souls are breathing.
The sixth witch is Kahel, the mouth that can devour, so it was locked away in a dark, the warrior of winter seeking if the mouth cannot be found of...
Locked up in a dark, empty...
It's probably referring to the Forbidden Black Mountains.
Ganzorig, how do you know all that when you only stay within the Highlands?
Great wings can carry the hawk, and with this power, they can and deer abets are friendly and the abets aren't the only ones who...
I didn't know fox abets were good at calculating. So, then
Oh, you're right!
I anticipated you'd forget. Don't make me regret joining you, and get moving. I will find a way to get inside the den of the barbarians. Why don't you keep close to that fox so that he doesn't wander off?
Lando, as a representative of the abets, has to offer prayers of gratitude to the living souls before he leaves. Though the Khan is absent, it's still fox rule. Since you are the heir of the Khan, you represent the abets.
I will...
If I'd sent him alone, I imagine it then. Was there nothing? I see. In secrecy, she loved her twin, and...
Your Majesty!
Atui! What else was on my schedule for today?
You're scheduled to make a visit to Maslan's Eula's citron orchard.
The owner of the Euless orchard is your run-of-the-mill...
Your Majesty, it's a risk you must...
Indeed. I've had quite enough.
Yes. This is Valerito's token of when rescuing the Sezek barbarians who all nearly froze to death when ascending the Mountain of Eternal Winter.
The barbarians? They were head...
That token was given to him as the promise of an unconditional...
Then it would have been a precarious situation to manage. He should use it wisely. A leader must keep his fingers on the pulse of the people. And as blood of the Khan run... Oh, I don't mean to equate the barbarians to Elton, but I was a bit curious about something. Zaporo...